tries to catch him down. And the block damage! Noble Rewind is your Evo 2018 World Champion for Injustice 2. Tweedy's gonna be devastated with that one.
My name is Curtis McCall. I'm known as Rewind, and these are the matches that made me.
It's Noble Tweedy on the loser's side and Noble Rewind, ladies and gentlemen, for our grand finals, Injustice 2 at Evo 2018.
Going into Evo, that was probably within my first 5 tournaments. So my first tournament ever was Evo. Second tournament was Evo, because I'm from Vegas. So going to Evo was a no-brainer. It was like the only place I could go because I was a kid at the time. I was 17 when I won. I felt like I was nervous, but you couldn't see it really. I was trying to be as poised as possible. I don't play good nervous. Like, I play the best when I go into it confident and knowing what I'm capable of. But yeah, I was nervous. That was my first Evo top 8. And that was only like my second top 8 ever offline. So my second time getting top 8 was on the biggest of them, you know, the biggest stage of them all. I already was very confident that if I came into it on winner side, I can take the whole thing. If I come into it on loser side, I have a longer path. It's gonna require more work. I came into a winner side, and if I stay on winners, I don't have to play that much. I only had to win like 3 sets to win the whole thing.
He is 100% gonna hurt. He's gonna go 2 bars. Fox saves his. Does he go in for a Molten Trap? Does he bet the farm? This could be game over. Oh my word, the trait comes through, and Rewind walks into grand finals of Evo 2018.
So coming into it, I don't know if people were expecting me to win Evo. Like, make top 8, that's one thing. Win a major, that's one thing, but win Evo, that's like the world championship, you know, so. I don't know what people were thinking. As far as what I'm thinking, I know I could take it. I believed in myself. I knew some of my closest friends who grind with me know I can take it. But amongst the world, I don't know if people knew I was like that.
But it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for our grand finals, Injustice 2 at Evo 2018. Okay, watch out for the low. Catches the whip punish, but he doesn't believe in it! And the overhead comes through. That could have definitely gone either way, but Rewind scores first blood in the grand final.
I knew when I won that scramble, and I saw the frustration on my opponent's face, that he lost the scramble, because I had the health lead, so I was really the one that was supposed to choke that moment. If you fold in a scramble, the whole set could just snowball from there. And I knew this could snowball for him off that first game, you know, and I'm in winners, so he has to reset me.
And the thing is, those kind of trades, for Tweedy, it is even more imperative he does not lose them. Because Rewind, he has to win 3 games, Tweedy needs 6. Now it's 2 games to 6. Just like that, off of a final last-minute scramble.
Tweedy, as an opponent, is not the kind of guy. He can make a mistake, have a bad game, forget about it, move forward, and this is a brand new game. We're gonna come with a whole brand new game plan, you know. He's not going to dwell on the past, even though that's what I was hoping for. And he didn't dwell on it, obviously.
You can't clash any of it. Uh oh, speaking of which. Oh, here comes another one. Rewind. If he wins this, it's a miracle, yeah. Now we've gone for a stage change, but we haven't gone for a character change. Rewind is confident in this matchup because of how the first game went.
Catwoman covered all his characters. I was willing to pick Catwoman and maybe have to deal with some more annoying zoning than I would have if I switched. I could have picked a character that dealt with the zoning a little easier than her. She deals with it great though. I just want to pick Catwoman because I know it covers all his characters from top to bottom. So he's the one that has to make decisions, not me.
While 1 bar, Rewind. He has 3 of his own. Attempt to dance here.
Every hit, this might be it. Tweedy, he has 2 bars, but doesn't get the chance to. Rewind with a jump in.
I literally remembered that exact hit that I got to close it, and it was just a jump in. Like, he did something on block, I blocked it, I just decided to jump because at the angle I was gonna jump at, it was ambiguous, so he didn't know what side it was gonna hit on. I didn't know what side it was gonna hit on, but it doesn't matter because I'm just gonna hit confirm it to something where it doesn't matter if I know what side it is. It's up to him to block it. And I didn't think he was gonna get hit. So when he got hit, I was like, oh wow, this dude just really lost Evo. And I just really won Evo off a jump in.
Every hit, this might be it. Tweedy, he has 2 bars, but doesn't get the chance to. Rewind with a jump in. He tries to catch him down, and the block damage. Noble Rewind is your Evo 2018 World Champion for Injustice 2.
I don't know, it was weird. I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me personally, when I won, it wasn't so easily, I couldn't just soak it in like right away. I didn't pop off, really. I didn't really know what to do, to be honest. I felt more bad that I had to beat my teammate for it. And it just sucks seeing my teammate all like demoralized and sad. Like, I didn't even get a handshake until like 5 minutes later.
You can see in his body language, but I mean, the man of the hour is Rewind, the young blood, showing why the new generation of NetherRealm players, I mean, these guys are the future.
Yeah, I was just surprised that I did it in such a dominating fashion, you know, at the biggest stage of them all. My Evo Grand Final set versus Tweedy is my most memorable match because that was my first time making Evo top 8 for one, and I actually came out with the W, so I ended up being an Evo World Champion. So that has to be number 1.
Woo! Let's go!
We have Rewind coming to the stage, getting ready to fight for his life here. Not really.
Looking fresh, the Evo Champion.
That was my first time qualifying for a World Finals, and that was like my rookie season as far as competing goes. Like I have a team that's willing to send me to pretty much everything I want to go to.
So you guys separately pick your characters without knowing who your opponent is going to pick.
Sonic and me were training partners for the entire year, and everybody knows Sonic is the GOAT of NRS games, and then Injustice 2 up to that point. And I'm the only one who can dethrone him, because up to that point, nobody's really beating Sonic but me. Like, I just beat him at Evo.
Does he bet the farm? This could be game over. Oh my word, the trait comes through, and Rewind walks into Grand Finals of Evo 2018.
Like, I didn't beat him in Grand Finals, but he was along the way. He was one of the people I had to get through. That was the last big tournament for the game's life, so if I beat him there, then I'm the best.
Okay. Everything is working out for Rewind here. Another one!
Give him
What?
another one. Give him another one. Slides, slides, nothing but slides.
I think he's 4 for 4 on these slides. That is unreal.
The game plan I was going into it with, me just doing the random Batman slides, taking them off his feet. They were hitting, but I don't come into that set with that game plan in mind. I just look at what the opponent is, how they're moving. If I see that they're not blocking their feet, I'm gonna throw this at them and see if they react. If they don't react, then I'm gonna realize, oh, he's not reacting, or he's not even thinking I'm gonna do this. But the reason why I'm throwing it at somebody is because it is an unorthodox thing to do. I'm gonna make you think about everything that's on the table, even if it doesn't make sense. I literally asked Sonic next to me, I was like, are you sandbagging? Because I was in a bad time of my life at that point, as far as like my dad was passing away from cancer and stuff like that. In my head, I'm like, I wonder if Sonic thinks I need this money more than they do. They weren't throwing the set. I was just playing that good, and Sonic don't eat that. Don't eat that bread like that. So I'm like, bro, I hope Sonic's not sandbagging, because I don't want to get a victory like that. And I already know that's going to be a conversation amongst casuals if I do win in that fashion. Like, how ironic, like he smoked Sonic like at this, you know. But then Sonic takes 2 games, makes it game 5, and then I lose. I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that.
And just like that, SonicFox turning it completely around. I mean, this is a whole new person here. He adapted, he understood what he needed to do, and he made the adjustments like a true pro.
And now I'm in reverse 3-0 territory. So I'm already thinking like, damn, like this is the worst position to be in. Like as a fighting game player, taking a 2-0 lead and then somebody bringing it all the way back is the worst feeling, because usually they do get reverse 3-0'd. It's hard to stop that momentum when somebody's bringing it back. In my head, I'm like, I'm downloaded. Like in my head, I'm like, you downloaded me. So I'm like, how can I come into this last game? Do I come into it just being completely different? I'm just like, or should I keep it solid? I'm trying to figure out like what the game plan is. As far as going to game 5, I'm like, I already know how I was at that point. I know that with my confidence level, I was probably like, let's just close this out. You know, didn't turn out that way. But you got to stop the momentum. I tried.
Goes for the overhead. What a block!
Full straight, no punish! And they down 2 to seal the deal. SonicFox taking it over Rewind. That was incredible.
I was thinking like, damn, I'm really a part of another one of Sonic's legendary moments right now. On the losing side of it though, because I grew up watching, you know, all these competitors, including Sonic, and everybody just fell to Sonic. I remember watching that, not thinking I would be one of those guys that could be on that stage trying to stop him. It didn't go that way, and then it's like, damn, not again, you know? Not again. How does Sonic keep doing this? Pretty much.
I got the super, no, Rewind, grappling for the punish. What a beautiful scramble there at the end. Now, even though a lot of those games weren't very close, the entire set could have gone either way, and what an amazing game 5 here.
IPS Finals is on my list because it's the World Finals for one. That's the big money. This is money, you know, it could change your life actually. So, or give you a good head start. And it did give me a head start because I got 2nd place. For 17 years old $20,000 was a lot to win.
He just did it again, and Rewind's face is just like, did I literally just get hit by that?
MK11 was the first MK I was really able to compete in. Up to that point, Injustice 2 was technically all I had under my belt as far as a resume goes. A lot of people were thinking I was only Injustice 2 player. Like, all I'm good at is Injustice 2. I'm like, how does that make sense when NRS, I literally started with MKX, and then NRS makes both franchises. They're not that different. So I had a lot to prove coming into MK11. So me winning an actual major, and if you look at that top 8 lineup, that was not no weak tournament. I'm 18, never flew out of the country. People were driving on the opposite sides of the roads. Like, it was just so many factors for me to lose. The only backstory me and Sonic really had heading into Celtic Throwdown was our Injustice 2 history. We never really played like that. Sonic is like a diehard competitor. You think of like Michael Jordan, he has a really crazy obsession with, you know, winning. Sonic's the kind of guy where you could be like one of his best friends, but if you can't help him get better, not gonna play you. So coming into Celtic, like, that's like one of the first time Sonic's played me in a long time.
We are down to 2. It's going to be Rewind and SonicFox, the last set of the day. Rewind looking to get those points as much as possible and looking so strong already.
Sonic knows, obviously, I'm capable of great things, you know, based on Injustice 2. Like, they know I could push that layer. And Sonic's fresh off winning Evo, like, coming into Celtic Throwdown.
Gets one of the punch. It's going to give it the 1-2. And SonicFox is your Evolution 2019 champion.
So, but Sonic's character got nerfed, so he come into it with a different character. And I'm coming into it with a lot of confidence. A lot of people have me winning Celtic Throwdown.
Has to be like 90% of those. Throughout the course, no anti-air attempts, no need. Fox, that first game. Sorry, Fox. Grand finals, loser side, and still just laughing. He's like, yeah, yep, I did that.
I lose game 1, and how I'm feeling about it is, you know, first to 3 format, losing game 1 isn't the end of the world for me. First to 2, I'm scared. Like, if it's first to 2 and I lose game 1, you only got one more game to lose and then you're done. First to 3 gives you, in my opinion, plenty of time to make adjustments. I know the character strength that I got with Liu Kang, you know, that was a character I was playing. I know the strength of that character. I know I could just turn it around. It is what it is.
One more game in this, what could be reset match, as on the back of that fatal blow that I honestly can't believe didn't kill, but it does scale. That's the thing.
I don't even remember what Sonic said to me. But as far as Sonic, is this an attempt to get into my head? I'm not really sure, and I didn't really care because I just didn't feel like you would get into my head. But, you know, maybe it was an attempt to, you know, throw me off my game, like get me to take off like one half of my headset, you know, for a split second and break focus, you know. Because when I am in a tournament, I am pretty like tunnel visioned on what's in front of me. It's like you go deaf and you're just like locked in, you know?
Oh, the crouch! Oh my word! He pressed the reset! Mustard at the last minute!
As far as pressing the button in game 5 and getting counter hit and then getting KB'd, knowing I didn't have to press and would have just won if I blocked, and it was annoying because for 2, that was my first time playing against a Devora. Sonic's breaking out a character I've never even fought before, and I'm just hoping that like my character's just that good that I can just overcome the lack of matchup knowledge. I do feel like my character, like Liu Kang up to that point, was helping me a lot beat that matchup because I didn't know it. So it's like, okay, as long as I just play solid and, you know, keep them from doing, you know, the dumb things, you can do your little character specific things and I'm gonna get hit probably because I just don't know what you're doing. The game is like pretty new up to that point. I swung on that specific spot that I got blown up for a couple times and it worked. It just didn't work that time. I basically called Sonic's bluff and I didn't work. Like, I just swung because I was like, you're not gonna stagger this.
Oh my days, SonicFox is alive and kicking. That was such a good choice though, Mustard, because if you get counter hit, crushing blow, that's the damage he needed. He bet everything on that. I mean, that string is unsafe. That string is unsafe. He knew that Rewind would press a button there.
Honestly, it just made Sonic look better than it should have. Like, I still looked good, but I would have rather looked good smoking Sonic than going down the wire with Sonic. At first, I'm devastated because I'm like, God damn, like, this is how it happens. You know, this is, of course, it's Sonic. Sonic just doesn't want to lie down and die. And this is my friend, right? So like, I know Sonic, this is how we are in casuals. And on a tournament stage, it's like, oh my gosh, like I could, in my head, I'm like, I could use this so much more than you. You're already qualified for the finals. Like I still try to fight for qualification. Like you're just gatekeeping at this point if you beat me.
How can he not be disappointed about that? Like he was so close, he could taste the tournament win. You can see it on his face. You can see it on his face. He's like, why? Why did I press a button there? This tournament, in Rewind's mind, this tournament should be over right now.
Yeah, honestly, as far as the new game plan going into the reset bracket, I was not really coming into it with a set game plan. My game plan was just keep it solid. Don't throw this set away. Like, make Sonic have to beat you, you know, and make Sonic have to think.
Oh, the walk down. Rewind just walks up and slaps the man. 2 games to 0 in the reset of the bracket.
But I'm going into it like, okay, like, you know, if he tries to jump at me, you're getting anti-air. Like, you whiff at me, you're getting whiff punish. You know, you do something punishable, you're getting punished. Like, you're gonna have to beat me taking some risks. I'm just trying to end this tournament. And a part of that is why the tournament took so long too, because I start playing what people would say up. Like, I start playing like I'm up. Start beating Sonic so dominant after just getting reset so crazy. And then, so now I'm playing in a rush, and I start playing in a rush and start throwing it away again.
Confirm. That's probably going to be enough. Maybe. Does it do damage for the a little bit? No, it doesn't. That's where it's done. And the chip damage. Another time, SonicFox keeps himself alive. How is this guy managing to just wiggle his way out of losing the tournament time after time again?
Things are starting to crumble, but I'm very much still in the set, and I'm trying to win this tournament. And however I got to pull it off, and I'm just gonna try to not throw it away.
Big hit. That's gonna be no. Okay, the fireball. I think maybe he expected to be a bit closer to the corner, but does not matter, as the fatal blow confirm is good, and Rewind is going to take the first round and again. Tournament point times whatever number we're on right now. I've lost count.
That was the most ridiculous set I've been a part of till this day, probably. Yeah, that was just like everything that could go wrong did for both of us. Every time, like, you're just like, no way, makes the comeback. I'm smoking Sonic. Sonic's like reverse smoking me. I'm up 2-0. He comes back, makes it 2-2.
Oh my god. Oh my god. SonicFox! SonicFox! Button after button, and he's back in the tournament for another time! But could it be even more even? This is reset point, 2-2 both times. No fatal blows. So many crushing blows off the table.
Like, I went around, they went around. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I've never had to scrap like that, for real.
Fox needs to make a comeback, and he has to make it right now. And there it is, Rewind from UYU after time and time again. Finally manages to seal the deal, and SonicFox drops, and Rewind is your Celtic Throwdown 2019 champion.
It's definitely a big perseverance moment, for sure. I've seen people fold being on winner's side and getting reset by Sonic and losing, and just because they couldn't stop Sonic's momentum. They couldn't handle the pressure. So I look back at that set like, okay, like, I've shown that with my back against the wall and I'm throwing this set away somehow, I can still win. It's a big moment for me going forward, knowing what I'm capable of. So me being able to fly out of the country, out of my home country, into foreign territory and come back with their trophy and their currency, you know, was a big moment for me. I'm not just an Injustice 2 player, and I'm not like a one-hit wonder. Like, 2018 wasn't it for me. Like, I'm gonna be here for a while, giving y'all a hard time.
I didn't get a chance to see the moves, but I'm sure we'll see them as the match begins. And it'll be Cage now for Rewind.
I, for one, never flew to Ukraine before, so Ukraine was a very long journey for me. It beats Celtic. Like, Celtic up to that point was the first I've been. And then we played just like doubled it. It took me like 16 hours to get there or something crazy. I had to catch like 3 flights there. Like, I had a 10-hour layover in Houston, Texas, and then I had a fly to Turkey, had a layover in Turkey, and I finally landed in Ukraine at like 2 in the morning. So as far as that distance, it plays a lot into not just the jet lag side of it, but just like, I'm constantly thinking of like, I better not have just flown all the way over here to lose. And I went down versus ArnKratos. Like, I just grinded round robin. Like, that was like a multiple day event. It was like a 1-week event, and then a lot of it was media. So a lot of it, you're just kind of building the nerves within you. Like, you're just like doing this, you know. We're at cameras on us, interviews, a bunch of pictures being taken. And I'm just thinking like, I don't want to do all this just to lose. So we do round robin, and round robin is how you determine who gets the top 8. Like, that's how you get your picks for top 8.
Didn't have the meter. Fox did not have the meter in time, but it'll be a down
4 to close it out. That's the SonicFox way with Joker right there.
That was ridiculous.
I got reverse 3-0'd by Sonic in winners and got sent to ArnKratos. And I know ArnKratos is a really good player from Russia, and everybody knows ArnKratos at this point because ArnKratos went to a tournament named NEC, gets third, only behind Sonic and Ninja Killer.
Shang Tsung kick, now a chip territory. It's Sonic that goes to losers, and ArnKratos has done it!
He did it. He did the unbelievable, knocking SonicFox into the lower bracket as this first round in this top 8. Absolutely incredible.
I know what this guy is capable of. He's not any slouch. Like, I can't. Even though ArnKratos also, we're meeting in losers bracket, so obviously ArnKratos just lost 2. So we're both coming into it off of L. When you're at this tournament, of course, they have like a room where there's a bunch of setups and you can get casuals to practice, you know. We didn't think we would ever have to play in the bracket. Like, not in, with those stakes. Loser goes home. We didn't know we would have to be in that situation a couple days later. We were just playing thinking like we may or may not, we probably won't play. And we knew that. So when we saw we weren't in the same group, we're like, oh yeah, let's play. And I played it with Johnny and I'm packing ArnKratos up. I'm thinking like, this guy is godlike. I just watched him at NEC smoke everybody. I'm playing it with Johnny and Johnny's like, not like a 50-50 character. I know if you lose to Johnny in MK11, you're like really losing, you're getting outplayed. Because Johnny's not mixing you, he's not making you guess. He's just capitalizing off you making mistakes. After that set, I'm watching him play casuals with Kombat. So I'm watching him in Kombat practice on the side for hours. So that's why I picked Johnny, because I'm like, I just beat him in casuals. You try not to let casuals dictate your picks in tournament, but like it's hard not to like, I've done that my whole career was play people in casuals and I'm like, oh, he struggles with this. Like I'm picking this if we run in the bracket. ArnKratos kept labbing that matchup on the side and at a certain point, Kombat did tell me like, dude, that dude cannot be opened up by Johnny like anymore.
Yeah.
Breaks away before more damage can be done. Another,
you know, one thing I will say for ArnKratos, oh my goodness.
The only reason I picked Johnny twice was because the first game was actually not that, I could have won that first game. I barely let that one slip. And that's when you barely let a match slip, you're usually more prone to play that matchup again and just play it right rather than switch and like maybe get smoked.
I think we're gonna need a little bit more of a different game plan with those cancels because the throws have not been working from it.
I mean, he finally gets one, but it took like God knows how many, but escape failed again.
And more health back. The man is just feeding from your soul.
Hang on a minute. Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Promise. The sixth sense, is that actually gonna work? That has to be dead.
Yes.
Ooh.
Look at that neck breaker.
In the purest of pure neutral, a fatal blow to absorb. He has been doing that for a year and a half.
I wonder if we'll see Lou, the swap to Lou.
I'm down 2-0, and I'm just looking at the character select screen like, what do I pick? Because ArnKratos was playing Shang Tsung, and that was the best Shang Tsung in the world up to that point. Like, I got Shang Tsung experience, but not at this level with these variations. He's reacting to everything I'm doing, and I'm not reacting to everything he's doing. So I'm like, damn, I'm about to go out in 7th place. You know, I just did all this for, I have to fly back with that on my mind.
Out of total, but this.
Do you
right.
see what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I do, and I saw Rewind rock Kano yesterday in the Pocket Clash, but this variation's kind of filthy. It's got a lot of set play, it's got unpredictability, and if you need to make a reverse sweep, Rewind's about to go ham right now. Mark my words.
And I pull out Kano, which is the first time I ever pulled out Kano in a tournament ever. Nobody's ever seen me play Kano. And only my stream has seen me play Kano. Like, they've seen me play Kano casually on stream, and they know that my Kano is dangerous. But if you're not in those streams, you don't know I play this character, let alone that my Kano is dangerous. There was a Kano that was supposed to be the best in the world before me. His name was Biohazard. He was a Kano specialist from the beginning of the game's life, but never really saw success with a character like that. The best Kanos at the tournament didn't do well. I pull out Kano and give Kano the biggest spotlight he's ever seen as a character.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is going to be big damage. This is going to put Rewind on the board.
Yeah,
My
he goes
goodness.
straight to fighter select. If you need to make a reverse sweep, and Rewind has always had low-key a really good Kano, this is the exact variation where you can go, you know what? Let's just go in. So
Mortal Kombat 11 up to that point had introduced a new patch called where it enabled you to create custom variations. Before that, they had preset variations where Biopool wasn't a move that was a part of the character's move list. So when custom variations were patched into the game, you can basically put together moves that you couldn't put together before. So I basically added Biopool to my toolkit. I got that whole idea from some random guy I fought in stream. I was fighting this guy named Galloping Sumo in my stream chat. I have this thing called Sub Sundays at that time where like, oh, I play all my subscribers first to 3. A lot of the people that want to play me, this is your chance to play me. Galloping Sumo, he's playing Kano and he's playing the variation I played in tournament. And I'm like, this is stupid. I'm playing it and I'm struggling. I'm like, I know this guy ain't better than me. but like, I don't know what's happening. And I'm asking him questions. I'm like, can you get out of that? He's like, no. I'm like, what is that? I'm blog. He's like, plus. I'm like, damn, okay. So this is cheap, you know? So I picked this up and I'm playing casuals with it. You know, this is just like one of my demon pocket characters at this point. It's like characters in my back pocket, and became one of my mains though, after I saw like, oh, this character is really good actually. It's not just like a gimmick. This is like, people could struggle with this.
From that kind of high launch can be tricky to get the consistent timing for, confirm into the bio pool.
Cross up.
Rewind, this is not the execution that we're familiar with seeing. There's the whiff punish though, the bio pool. Does manage to get it this time.
Oh my goodness, and he interrupts the fatal blow as well.
Bio pool makes it so you kind of have to freeze in place and not move. And I like that, because when people freeze in place, that means they're not running. And if you're not running away from me, that means, and Kano's a character that wants to get in. So now you're worried about this move that can randomly just hit you out of nowhere. It's like 13 frames, it's not reactable or something. That move is what made my character special for me in specific, thanks to somebody in stream chat.
But ArnKratos, he needs to do everything perfectly to avoid
the Kano ball!
The win coming out at the last minute for Rewind. That Kano, the secret weapon.
I pull it out and I reverse 3-0. I'm just like, he doesn't know what the matchup is. And I didn't pick it, hoping he didn't know the matchup. At that point, nobody had Kano experience. That was huge for me, because I actually popped off a little bit when I won that. Even if they do know the matchup, the character's really good. But if you don't know the matchup, you're guaranteed to lose. It's one of those type of characters where like, if you don't know this matchup, you lost. There's some characters where you can like beat them not knowing the matchup because they're not throwing anything at you that's like super crazy. Kano is a crazy character, and he's always in your face, like swinging at you and spitting on you, and you're just like, you know, if you can get steamrolled and just lose like that, you know, so that's exactly what happened to a lot of people.
Don't even, before you even can blink, health melted.
Deletion.
To be bang! So much damage, and the crowd after one game.
On the slam of the sword, the crowd erupted.
My 22 match versus Nicolas being in one of my most memorable matches for me personally was just because of all the lore of the build-up up to that tournament, up to that point. MK11 at that point in the game's life in 2021 at the end, beginning 2022, MK11 was looked at as dead, like, and nobody's really playing the game. NRS vocalized on Twitter that they're not supporting the game anymore. We're working on MK1. We're not gonna release any more patches. We're not gonna fund any tournaments. So all the top players stopped playing for real. So you got these two twin brothers from Chile who are pretty young. They're like twin brothers. So I could just tell by watching the way they played, even though not fighting them, that they're really good. I'm like, who are these guys, you know? I'm like, they look like actual top players, but how? Like, they never played us, you know? So, because up to that point, they haven't really played anybody that was like notable. You know, they just beat people that were like, I would say like America's like B team. You know, we got like the A team and we got the B team. You know, all the people that get top 32 and 16 and stuff, but ain't gonna ever be in top 8. Those people are still some of the best in the world. And they're beating those guys, and they're like, okay, we need the real killers to fight them. And a lot of real killers weren't stepping up. So I stepped up because my fans wanted me to play. I was like, okay, you know, if you guys want me, I'm a free agent at this point, so I'm like, you guys want me to play, we gotta do this dono goal, because I don't want to play for no money. There's no money at these tournaments. Like, I'm literally playing for the love of the game at this point. So I'm playing, we go to Combat Breaker, and it goes exactly how they thought it would. Eventually, the bracket gets smoked, cleared by all of us, and it's just us three that have to fight now.
One more opportunity here.
No, that will do it! Scorpion Prox with the read of reads towards the end. It was down to 1, and Latin America has erupted.
Lose 3-2 to Scorpion Prox. They can win Combat Breaker. With me being one of the scalps that they got, we go into Evo, and we're like, okay, now we got SonicFox and Rewind in attendance, Foxy Grandpa in attendance. Like, we got some killers here. How are they gonna win, you know? It ends up being us three again. Even though I got like help now, I got actual help. You know, I had to assemble some Avengers or something to come help me out, beat these two twins. And I run into Nicolas, you know, Nicolas beat Sonic. So Nicolas just beat SonicFox.
That's it! And Nicolas, the jump kick connects. Sonic is being sent to losers. The twin from Chile has done it.
I'm like, all right. So I'm fighting a guy who is probably feeling good about himself right now. Like first time he's ever fought SonicFox, he's up. He's got right to this day, Nicolas is up on SonicFox. I played Scorpion Prox in Winners Finals, lost to him, so I lose to one twin brother. Now I've run to the other one, Nicolas. They just running the same, they're just doing the same thing. He just saw his brother basically give him the formula, which is pick a ball and good luck, you know, see if you just saw me beat him, so obviously you should be able to beat him. And I play Nicolas and I just beat him, like almost virtually smoke him.
What? Oh my God! Not enough for the kill, but one of the greatest pickups I've ever seen in my life. Oh my goodness!
So that pickup and the commentators referring to as one of the greatest they've seen in their life. All right, so that's a little biased because the guy who said that is a Kotal Comp player. I just saw the moment and I was like, I need the hit, so I'm gonna just try to pick this up. Like, see, I just saw the way the hit reaction went. I was like, I think I could get this. Now I just made it to like where it's either you or me, you're gonna win it. He's out of the picture.
It's gonna keep the United States alive.
Antia as clean as they come.
Becoming only the second player to beat a twin offline.
So I beat Nicolas in hype fashion, and that was probably the biggest crowd pop I've had in my career as far as beating somebody. And that was very unexpected because up to that point, nobody's ever eliminated one of the twins. I was the first person to eliminate one out of the bracket. I was the first one to prevent a twin grand finals. So that moment meant a lot to me because it meant a lot for the people, I would say, because it was bigger than me versus the twins. It was like America versus Chile, which is kind of big to be having a whole country on your shoulders, because everybody's like, people may not like me, but they were rooting for me in that moment just because they didn't want to root for the opposition. So that's why that set's in there. I think winning Evo is still number one. Winning Evo, even though, in my opinion, getting second was more hype than winning, just because the game and the lore. There was no real lore behind me winning Evo. It was just, oh, this dude just randomly came out of nowhere and won Evo. You know, the storyline really does make it what it was. So, but I still think winning Evo, you take my Evo win out my resume is still stacked, but that Evo win is just like the cherry on top. I've shown that I could win the world championship. I've shown that I could be the best in the world at least once, you know, like not a lot of people could even be the best. Like a lot of people could be consistent and be like one of the best, but to say like, oh, okay, I touched the top of the mountain, that's as top as it gets, in my opinion, winning Evo. Evo is a tournament that still gives me opportunities, you know, till this day, even though that result is a fossil for me at this point. So winning Evo is still the most memorable personally. I appreciate you for going down memory lane with me, and those were the matches that made me.